something moving over there?
No, Ashley, I think it's your imagination.
Check out the book.
I am so embarrassed.
This isn't exactly what I imagined, though.
Has anybody seen my chamois bag?
Which one? You got about 1 million of them.
Back off, Birdface. You just better be glad I brought you along.
The only reason you brought me along is because Mom made you.
Shut up. Well, I can tell this is going to be fun.
Hi. I was so afraid you decided not to come.
Oh, no way. I've been looking forward to this all week.
Sarah, this is beautiful by the lake.
Really, it looks like a swamp.
Oh, come on, everyone. I want you to meet my parents.
So these are your lovely new friends from the shopping mall.
Welcome to our little getaway.
Father, I want you to meet Cindy.
Hi.
Ashley.
Hi.
Megan.
Hey.
Lisa.
Hi.
Her little brother, Danny.
What's up?
And
Kelly. Nice to meet you, Mr. Martin.
Please call me Victor.
So charming.
And this is my wife, Sheila.
Hello. Come on, everyone. Let's go in the house.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Hey, Sarah. Who's that?
that's Weird Eddie. He's just one of the neighbors.
He's really tuned out. He is really tuned out.
Moving over there.
No, Ashley, I think it's your imagination.
Check out the book.
I am so embarrassed.
This isn't exactly what I imagined, though.
Has anybody seen my chamois bag?
Which one? You got about 1 million of them.
Back off, Birdface. You just better be glad I brought you along.
The only reason you brought me along is because Mom made you.
Shut up. Well, I can tell this is going to be fun. You with me, Control? We're going in.
Hi. I was so afraid you decided not to come.
Oh, no way. I've been looking forward to this all week.
Sarah, this is beautiful by the lake.
Really, it looks like a swamp.
Hi, Megan. Oh, come on, everyone. I want you to meet my parents.
So these are your lovely new friends from the shopping mall.
Welcome to our little getaway.
Father, I want you to meet Cindy.
Hi.
Ashley.
Hi.
Megan.
Hey.
Lisa.
Hi.
Her little brother, Danny.
What's up?
And
Kelly. Nice to meet you, Mr. Martin.
Please call me Victor.
So charming.
And this is my wife, Sheila.
Hello. Come on, everyone. Let's go in the house.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Hey, Sarah. Who's that?
that's Weird Eddie. He's just one of the neighbors.
He's really tuned out. He is really tuned out.
Sarah, your parents are leaving.
So,
Sarah, we're in this huge house with all your friends. We have telephones, we have a car, your parents are gone, and you say so?
Come on, Sarah. What's the first thing you think of?
Party! Music! You
my cousin, Tony.
What's this? We got problems.
And my gracious brother, Jeff.
I think someone's taking control of the system.
We'll see if you can get it fixed. If not, we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way.
I could take all weekend. I got plans.
Yeah. Come on, everyone. I'll show you to your rooms.
Okay. Lisa. Come on, Lisa. Lisa.
What's going on?
That girl looks exactly like Madeline.
Oh, not that again.
No, not that again.
Let's go, Studley. There's work to do.
Sarah, your parents are leaving.
So?
So, Sarah, we're in this huge house with all your friends. We have telephones, we have a car, your parents are gone, and you say so?
Come on, Sarah, what's the first thing you think of?
Party! Music!
This is my cousin, Tony.
What's this? We got problems.
And my gracious brother, Jeff.
I think someone's taking control of the system.
We'll see if you can get it fixed. If not, we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way.
I could take all weekend. I got plans.
Yeah. Come on, everyone. I'll show you to your rooms.
Okay. Lisa. Come on, Lisa. Lisa.
What's going on?
That girl looks exactly like Madeline.
Oh, not that again.
No, not that again.
Come on, Studley, we better change that code. How about yellow? Sure.
Okay, I wanted to go ahead and get into a little bit more detail on the analysis and the comparison kind of as I see it. So I figure we go into it a little bit more. We all know that the Sega CD is basically garbage. I mean, look at this. And I mean, you can definitely see, especially like right here, you can see all this just macro blocking, dithering. I mean, it's not good. As we got into the 32X, it was higher resolution video. There was a slightly bigger screen. And just comparing this frame here between the two versions, with the Sega CD, as you can see here, it's got this dithering, macro blocking, and that kind of thing. But over here, it's at least a clearer picture. There's still a little bit of dithering here, a little bit here. a little bit on the edges, but overall it's definitely a cleaner picture, cleaner representation. And then I felt like the PC was just a little bit even more cleaner picture. Now, the thing I like about the PC is, to me, it's almost like they were able to capture a little bit more film grain, even though the master tapes were almost completely devoid of film grain. But it's just, I mean, looking at it here, it just to me it looks like film grain. So it's not that bad. To me, the PC is definitely a step up from the 32X. We'll compare the two here. Because I felt like the colors were more neutral. See here? The 32X has more of a pinkish hue, whereas the PC, I felt like, has more of, I mean, it just looks more neutral, more natural, as it were. So that's my takeaway on that. Then we go into the 3DO, and as far as the 90s versions go, the 3DO, for my money, is definitely the best. I mean, even just comparing that to the PC. Look at that. I mean, it's clean smoke, whereas there's still a little bit of, you know, blocking and that kind of thing. Smoke is almost completely clean. The edges, almost zero dithering, as you can see there is here. We can even put it in motion. And, I mean, it's just a really clean picture. So, as far as my money goes, the 3DO was definitely the best looking version out of all of the 90s releases. I would take it over the PC. Even though the PC has nice grain, the 3DO is just a really clean picture. Which is just surprising, because it goes to show just how fantastic the 3DO really was. Which then brings us to the 25th anniversary edition. And as I look here at the Switch, you can see the Switch version, in my eyes, blows the 3DO version out, because it's kind of brings down some of the brightness and nonsense. It makes it more of a much more neutral look. And I mean, if we can zoom in here, I'm gonna put it at 100%. 100%. Okay. Look at that there. Look at that there. We got definitely this crisp, clean edge on this painting. And here, it's just a dithered mess. Same thing on the wall here. It's just a clean shadow. Here, just a dithered mess. Same thing on the floor with this shadow. It's all jagged. This, it's a nice, clean shadow. The Switch is definitely an improvement over all of the 90s versions. And so we even put it in motion here. Look at that. And put the 3DO version in motion. Look at that. And even if I go into low light settings here, I mean, you can actually see the checker on the wall here in this corner. You can't see jack crap nothing over here on this side. And you can see the checker here as well. You can't see anything here. So, yeah, it's definitely the Switch is a step up from the 3DO, as you can see here, just looking side by side. And then we can even compare the Switch to the PlayStation 4. As you can see, it's basically identical. This is a Switch here, as you can see, and this is a PlayStation 4 over here in the preview monitor. But yeah, it's virtually identical. Even when the smoke starts here. There we go. And look at that. It's virtually identical as far as how it looks. which I thought was kind of interesting. Now I'll get to this a little bit more here in a second. And then if we go over here, there we go. See? Switch, PlayStation 4, it's almost identical. I'll get some of this low light here. Again, almost identical. But then all this really starts to fall off the rails whenever we get to the PC. So I'll rewind a little bit here. And look at this. It's a smoother video. That's what's interesting with the PC, is it's smoother. Look at that. And there's like basically no dithering whatsoever. It's just a really crisp, clean picture. But the problem is I do notice that there's a little bit of blur to it. Like here, there's definitely a lots of detail in the guys. It's kind of hard to make out. They just look more like shadows. So that's unfortunately with the PC, even though it's the cleanest picture, it's also a step blurrier than the PlayStation 4, and it's a little bit more contrasty as well. You can definitely tell this in the bathroom scene here, right there. See, comparing the two, on the PlayStation 4, it's more neutral looking, whereas on the PC it's much pinker looking. So there's definitely kind of a color shift, a slight color shift on the PC version to a darker presentation. But which is fine, because you can see much more shadow detail here. There's not as much shadow detail on the PlayStation 4 as there is on the PC. But at any rate, so then I want to do an actual side-by-side comparison in some of these more cinematic things. So here's what's interesting. So I have a dividing line. Hopefully you can tell there's a dividing line here for the PC. PC's on top. Switch is basically this corner. Hopefully you can see a faint line. And PlayStation 4 is in this corner. So I'll go ahead and play these out. So as you can tell, there's definitely I'm gonna go ahead and take away the PC. So now we have the Switch and the PlayStation 4 side by side. I'm gonna put these at 100%, so we can. I'm gonna put these at 75%, so we can really see what's going on here. Okay, so as you can see, the PlayStation 4, I mean, especially here with Megan when she's split in half, this side of her is definitely more crisp than this side. And this is where things started to kind of fall apart for me with the Switch version. So when you're playing the game, and you're just going through trap, and you get the codes and that kind of thing, it's really not that bad of an experience. But if you hang on the cinematic sequences and try to watch some of the story, the longer clips had to be compressed much more than the shorter clips. So basically, the longer the clip, the more compression. And so with the longer, more cinematic clips, like the introduction, the party scene, the final scene in the bedroom to where they're explaining the whole situation, in the living room, and the conversation up in the bedroom, where all the girls first find the rooms, those longer cinematic scenes, they just do not hold up at all. So as you can see, we have the Switch here, we have the PlayStation 4 here, and just comparing the same version, I mean, look at this. It's almost like night and day. So I was like, well, I wonder how it compares with the 3DO. So I'm going to back up a little bit, and I'm going to turn off the PlayStation 4. So now we got the 3DO on this side and the Switch on this side. Anyway, so now we got the 3DO and the Switch version side by side here. 3DO is a lighter version, the Switch is a darker version. Look at that. The 3DO is almost cleaner than the Switch. Look at that. The 3DO version is almost cleaner. I mean, it is cleaner. There's no almost about it. The 3DO version is cleaner than the Switch version. Look at this. This is really shocking. I mean, it's brighter, but look at the edge detail here. How it just... I'm going to turn off the Switch so we can actually see. See? The edge detail on our face is really horrendous. If I turn it off where it's just the 3DO, you can see it's a cleaner picture. Like that. You can see it's a cleaner picture when I turn it on. It's really, really blurry in the background too. So all 3DO, 3D on Switch. So look at Kelly's nose. That's the Switch, and I'll turn the Switch off. Now we got 3DO. Switch, 3DO, Switch, 3DO. It's just a cleaner picture. With the Switch, it's just a lot more macro blocking. It's almost like the 32X version. I wonder how it compares with the PC. So this is with the PC. Yeah, the PC definitely looks worse. But the PC is more detailed because we got all that grain. So that's what's interesting. Like if we look at Kelly's face here, I'll turn the Switch off. You can actually see more detail in her face. If we turn it on, it's more of a blurry mess. I'm gonna back up a little bit so we can get some of these. There we go. Like with that. So Cindy's face. On the PC, it's much more detailed. On the Switch, it's a blur mess. See? Go to Ashley. See? You can almost see her individual teeth here. But on the Switch, it's just a slab of white. Same with Megan. Huh. I mean, you can even see like the shadowing and the contouring of her makeup. If we turn the Switch back on, it's wow. So as you can see, that's what I wanted to really address in this video, is the fact that with the Switch, it looks good just playing boom boom boom, trapping. It was almost pixel by pixel PlayStation, as you saw on the first comparison, where I was comparing the PlayStation 4 and the Switch. It was almost pixel for pixel. But whenever we start looking side by side, stacking up the Switch with even the older versions, the 3DO was a cleaner picture, and the PC is a more detailed picture. Neither one of them are holding up. Okay, so next we'll go ahead and take a look at the party scene. So as you can see here, you know, at the top, of course, the PC looks much more filmic. We'll just go ahead and get rid of the PC. So below here, you can see, hopefully you can still see the dividing line between Switch and PlayStation 4. We'll go ahead and put it at 75% so we can see it better. So as you can see, it's much more dithered over here. And that's really, really, really apparent here. Yeah, wow. The close shots don't look that bad, but it all falls apart when we start looking at a wide shot. I'll go ahead and what I did last time, I get rid of the PlayStation 4 so we can look at the Switch versus the 3DO. It's almost exactly the same as the 3DO. In reality, the only difference is the 3DO is much brighter, whereas the Switch version has more contrast. So it's just color timed a little bit differently. But look at this. I mean, quality-wise, let's take a look and see how it compares with the PC, though. See, again, just like the other one, to my eyes, a PC is actually a little bit more detailed. Even though it's much more dithered, it's more detailed. It's less blurry. And this is the thing I think is most interesting here. Is like if we look here, the switch, the curtains are much more blurry, whereas on the PC, it's much more detailed. I mean, even look at Lisa here. Her face is more blurry. Like if I get rid of the Switch version, look at that. Look at that. Look at Megan's face too. Look at that. So yeah, my assertion is as long as you're just playing the game Night Trap on the Switch, it's somewhat comparable to the PlayStation 4 version. But again, it all falls apart when you start paying attention to the cinematics. Most notably the longer cinematic scenes like the party scene, the driveway introductions, the bedroom conversations when the girls first find the bedrooms, the confrontation at the very end with the scat team and everybody in the living room, the scene in the kitchen to where they're putting the bottles of blood into the box at the very beginning. Those longer cinematic shots, they just don't hold up as well. But if you're just going through and trapping, the trapping, since those are much shorter shots, is almost pixel for pixel with the PlayStation 4. So, hopefully you got something out of this. I just want to do a quick comparison of all the versions and see just kind of how the Switch stacks up with the current versions and the previous versions and that kind of thing. So I thought it was just kind of entertaining to stack it up against all those other ones. So thanks for watching and peace out.
I was so afraid you decided not to come.
Oh, no way. I've been looking forward to this all week.
Sarah, this is beautiful by the lake.
Really, it looks more like a swamp.
Hi, Megan. Oh, come on, everyone. I want you to meet my parents.
So these are your lovely new friends from the shopping mall.
Welcome to our little getaway.
Father, I want you to meet Cindy.
Hi.
Ashley.
Hi.
Megan.
Hey.
Lisa.
Hi.
Her little brother, Danny.
What's up?
And
Oh, Kelly. Nice to meet you, Mr. Martin.
Please call me Victor.
So charming.
And this is my wife, Sheila.
Hello. Come on, everyone. Let's go in the house.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Hey, Sarah. Who's that?
that's Weird Eddie. He's just one of the neighbors.
He's really tuned out.
This is my cousin, Tony.
What's this? We got problems.
And my gracious brother, Jeff.
I think someone's taking control of the system.
We'll see if you can get it fixed. If not, we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way.
I could take all weekend. I got plans.
Yeah. Come on, everyone. I'll show you.